The South China Sea erupted into crisis in September 2025, shattering the uneasy calm that had settled over the region for months. The world's attention turned to these contested waters, where the stakes had never been higher. Tensions between China and the Philippines boiled over, fueled by years of disputes over sovereignty, fishing rights, and control of vital shipping lanes. What began as a routine Filipino resupply mission to a remote outpost quickly escalated into a dangerous international incident, drawing in not just the two countries, but the attention of the entire world. Months of rising friction, aggressive maneuvers, and military posturing had set the stage for this confrontation. Both sides had increased their presence, with warships and aircraft shadowing each other in a tense game of brinkmanship. China issued a fiery warning, demanding the Philippines halt what it called provocative actions, and accusing Manila of inviting foreign interference. The rhetoric grew sharper, and the world braced for escalation. Days later, the Chinese Coast Guard used powerful water cannons on Philippine vessels, turning a tense diplomatic standoff into a physical clash at sea. The images shocked the international community and raised fears of further violence. At stake is more than territory. This is about the future of international order, freedom of navigation for global trade, and the delicate balance of power in Asia. Billions of dollars in commerce pass through these waters every day. The involvement of the US and Japan has only heightened the stakes, creating a complex web of alliances and risks. Their presence signals that any miscalculation could have far-reaching consequences beyond the region. As October begins, the world watches anxiously, aware that every move could tip the region toward conflict. The next chapter in this unfolding drama remains uncertain, but its impact will be felt far beyond these troubled waters. On September 16, 2025, a Philippine flotilla near Scarborough Shoal was met by 9 Chinese vessels. The Philippine Coast Guard, on a humanitarian resupply mission, was suddenly targeted. 2 Chinese Coast Guard ships fired powerful water cannons at the Philippine vessel PCG-3014, causing significant damage and injuring a crew member. Manila condemned the attack as a violation of international law and a dangerous escalation. The use of water cannons, while non-lethal, was a clear act of intimidation and physical force. The incident was captured on video, amplifying global concern and highlighting the power imbalance in the South China Sea. China's willingness to use forceful measures sent a chilling message to the region. The world was left wondering how the Philippines and its allies would respond to this direct challenge. After the September 16th clash, China and the Philippines launched dueling narratives, each trying to control the story and sway public opinion both domestically and internationally. Manila portrayed its mission as peaceful, defending fishermen and sovereign rights, while China accused the Philippines of illegal intrusion and provocation. The Philippines emphasized their commitment to protecting their citizens and upholding international law. Both sides released videos. The Philippines showed the water cannon assault. China claimed the Philippine vessel rammed a Chinese ship. These videos were widely circulated, each side trying to prove their version of events. This information war is as fierce as the maritime standoff itself. Social media platforms became battlegrounds where both nations' citizens and supporters shared and debated these videos and narratives. Each country seeks to legitimize its actions and sway international opinion. International media coverage and diplomatic channels are also being used to influence global perception. For the Philippines, it's about standing up to a regional giant and appealing to international law. They seek support from the international community to bolster their claims and actions. For China, it's about defending sovereignty and projecting strength at home and abroad. They aim to show their resolve and capability to protect their interests in the region. The truth is murky, but the pattern of risk-taking is clear. Both nations are willing to push the limits, creating a volatile situation that could easily escalate. Both sides are pushing boundaries, making encounters more frequent and dangerous. The risk of miscalculation or accidental conflict is ever present. This battle of narratives only deepens mistrust and complicates any hope for peaceful resolution. The ongoing propaganda war makes it harder for either side to back down without losing face. Before the water cannon incident, China made a strategic move, declaring Scarborough Shoal a national nature reserve. Framed as environmental protection, the move was widely seen as a bid to solidify control over disputed territory. By managing the area, China reinforced its claim through administrative means, not just military might. The Philippines protested, calling it creeping annexation, while the US condemned it as coercive. This salami-slicing tactic, small, incremental changes, makes China's presence harder to reverse. The Nature Reserve Plan signals Beijing's intent to integrate disputed areas into its legal framework. This unilateral move raises the stakes, turning a territorial dispute into a challenge to the regional order. Just before the water cannon clash, the US, Japan, and the Philippines held joint maritime drills in the Philippine Exclusive Economic Zone. The highly visible exercise was a direct message to Beijing, challenging its expansive claims. The stated goal: uphold freedom of navigation and overflight, a core US policy. For Manila, these drills are vital for counterbalancing China's power and strengthening alliances. The exercises improve allied coordination and serve as a deterrent, signaling that aggression could draw in US military might. China condemned the drills as provocation and foreign interference, deepening strategic mistrust. The region is now defined by starkly opposing interpretations and growing military posturing. The joint drills were part of a deeper alignment, the four-nation defense pact between Australia, Japan, the Philippines, and the US. This pact represents a significant step in regional security cooperation, bringing together four nations with a shared interest in maintaining stability in the Indo-Pacific region. Announced in May 2025, the pact aims to counter China's influence through synchronized defense investments, intelligence sharing, cybersecurity, and operational coordination. This comprehensive approach ensures that each nation can contribute its strengths to a collective defense strategy. Japan is providing new air surveillance radars, enhancing the region's ability to detect and respond to potential threats from the air, while the US is developing advanced sensors for the Philippines. These sensors are crucial for early warning systems and improving situational awareness. These upgrades give Manila a clearer picture of its air and maritime space, reducing the risk of surprise. Enhanced monitoring capabilities are vital for national security and regional stability. Intelligence sharing agreements like the new GSOMIA break down barriers and enable rapid, secure communication. This ensures that critical information is shared swiftly among allies. Australia and Japan are pursuing similar pacts, strengthening their bilateral ties and enhancing their defense capabilities, creating a web of shared intelligence. This interconnected network allows for real-time data exchange and coordinated responses to emerging threats. This network strengthens the Allies' ability to respond collectively to regional threats. Joint exercises and coordinated planning enhance interoperability and readiness. The pact marks a significant shift toward a united front in the Indo-Pacific. It symbolizes a commitment to peace, security, and cooperation among these nations. China now faces a more cohesive and capable coalition, determined to uphold the regional order. This alliance sends a clear message about the importance of maintaining a rules-based international system. The September confrontation drew swift condemnation from the US and its allies. Washington reaffirmed its commitment to the US-Philippines Mutual Defense Treaty, warning that attacks on Philippine vessels would trigger a response. Secretary of State Marco Rubio denounced China's Nature Reserve Plan as coercive, framing the dispute as a test of international law and freedom of navigation. Japan and Australia echoed US concerns, while European nations sent naval vessels to signal support for the rules-based order. Yet, many Southeast Asian countries remain cautious, wary of economic retaliation from China. ASEAN's muted response reflects the delicate balance between economic ties and security fears. This division allows China to argue the dispute is a regional matter, even as global alarm grows. The South China Sea dispute is rooted in decades of overlapping claims by China, the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei, and Taiwan. China's sweeping 9-line claim is based on historical rights, while the Philippines relies on geography and international law. Scarborough Shoal lies well within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone, but far from China's coast. In 2013, Manila took China to international arbitration under UNCLOS. The 2016 Hague Tribunal ruled overwhelmingly in favor of the Philippines, invalidating China's claims. China rejected the ruling and has ignored it ever since, deepening the impasse. For Manila and its allies, the ruling is the legal foundation for their position. For Beijing, it's an illegitimate political move. This fundamental disagreement over law versus power keeps the conflict unresolved. The legal and diplomatic deadlock has allowed tensions to fester and escalate. As of October 2025, the South China Sea remains a flashpoint of global risk. China's mix of administrative moves and coercive tactics has hardened positions and increased the danger of miscalculation. The Philippines, now more assertive and backed by powerful allies, is determined to defend its rights. This strategy brings new risks, placing Manila at the center of a great power rivalry. The stakes are enormous. Over $3 trillion in trade passes through these waters each year. The dispute is a test of the international rules-based order. If force prevails over law, the precedent is dire. Managing day-to-day encounters and preventing escalation is now the urgent challenge. The future of peace in the Asia-Pacific may well be decided in these turbulent waters.